Lies after lies. Meghan and Harry kept telling lies without any sense of remorse. They say they have the Queen's permission to name their newborn daughter after her nickname. The Queen is 95, yet why does she have to put up with all these? Hello and welcome to Kate Middleton and Queen Elizabeth II News Channel. This is the next level of being dirty and unclassy, enough to make any person feel disgusted just by the thought of it. A dark truth of Harry's new lifestyle that would leave his grandfather turning in his grave. A twisted truth that makes a fool out of themselves, for they claim they have been granted the Queen's permission before naming their newborn daughter Lilibet, a nickname from the monarch's childhood, because in reality the very first person that Harry and Meghan told were the advisors and group of people who managed their media campaign, and it only seems to me that their goal really were to extract as much money out of every aspect they can get from the royalty name, when every new parent in the world would be focusing on making sure their newborns are safe and have a happy arrival into the world. Harry and Meghan were busy buying up and auctioning Lily and Diana's domain name for the new daughter. This is actually the truth, as they had admitted publicly, and they even bought a domain before the baby was even born. I guess at the end of the day, what really matters to the Sussexes is our media attention. They would not even spare their newborn daughter Lilibet and even use her to gain publicity worldwide. If you take a look at William's and Kate's children, both of them did not even set up websites for their children. Instead, they genuinely care about the well-being of their children. That really tells us a lot about what is inside the brain of Harry and Meghan's money and business, and I feel they have totally gotten their priority mixed up. Not content with just using their daughter, they even have to drag the Queens into their messy plot. This is the timeline of events which clearly shows that the dual couple do not care about Her Majesty. On May 31st, Harry and Meghan bought the website lilydiana.com. On June 4th, Meghan gives birth and the couple are busy buying web domains containing Lily, Diana and Lilibet. On June 6th, Harry supposedly claims that he had the approval from the Queen to use her pet name. On the same day, their baby's daughter's name is announced to the world via a press release, and on June 9th the palace tells that the Queen has not been informed about the naming their daughter Lilibet. In fact, the Queen herself is shocked and has just found out. Now what? Who do we trust? The Queens or the Sussexes, Harry and Meghan? The Queen has great authority within her family, and yet she was respected throughout her reign. There were few unwritten rules that her family members happily followed along. One of those traditions is when it comes to naming new family members. While the Queen normally approves the names that their birth parents had in mind, relatives still go through this process of formality as a sign of respect to Her Majesty. Harry and Meghan claim to have the utmost respect for the Queen, but their action says so otherwise. The Queen has been wanting to patch up things within the family, but with Harry constantly going public, it is only making things worse. After the BBC reported that the Queen was not informed of knowing Lilibet's birth name, Harry released a statement to People's Magazine and threatened to sue the BBC, saying their story was false and slanderous, despite the fact that BBC sourced their news from the official website of the palace. BBC in response refused to take down their claim in their website, but Harry's own statement tells us he has lost his mind. He admits not speaking to the Queen since the birth of their newborn daughter. We now know the truth. The website domain names registered prior to the birth of Lilibet were used for money and publicity worldwide. As if that wasn't enough, the Queen was even dragged along with his dirty business for even more media exposure. With this, it is clear that Harry did not bother asking the Queen's formal permission. Rather, he had just shared his wish to name his daughter Lilibet. This means he was just telling her and not asking her. We know that the Queen is someone who keeps traditions but not necessarily someone who causes conflict. Given the nature of Meghan's strenuous relationship within the royal family, she is bound to kick up a fuss if things don't go her way, since we now know that Oprah is just a phone call away. At 95 and still mourning the loss of her husband, the Queen is trying hard to deal with her grandson and his wife, who is desperately trying to damage the royal reputation. The Queen has spent her entire life devoting herself to do her very best for the people and the institution, so when someone comes and tries to harm her monarchy, of course the Queen will dislike it. As far as we know, only the Queen's cousin continued to call her Lilibet, and it is downright disrespectful for Harry and Meghan to claim they wanted to pay tribute to the Queen by naming their daughter after her nickname, when in reality all have they doing so far is lashing out the royal family, tearing down the century-old reputation of the monarch. If they wanted to make the Queen happy, they would have avoided all this drama. The people are all sympathizing with the Queen and having a hard time understanding why would her grandson, Harry and Meghan, team up to single-handedly destroy the place that Harry grew up in. Now, we know that Meghan and Harry wanted privacy, hence the reason why they decided to leave the royal family, but the things they are doing is not reflecting it. The first thing they do since splitting from the family is going to the media and do a tell-it-all. Meghan is condemning her father for speaking to the media, but she has been doing the same thing. What a hypocrite she is, a two-faced woman indeed. What I don't understand is why can't they let the Queen have some peace at her age? Meghan and Harry are running out of time. It will be Princess Diana's 60th birthday, and Meghan is trying to emulate the late Lady Diana, but she is clearly delusional. They know they will be booed and yelled at by the people. The Queen is looking weak and frail these days, and we can see Meghan and Harry are bashing away for the sack of money. They are mature enough to think, and they have so much money along with their big beautiful house, so why are they not enjoying life but instead finding ways to attack the royal family? Harry has lost his way. He is always looking angry and confused. I know that for our beloved Queen, having to deal with all this at the age of 95 without her beloved husband, Philip, by her side is terrible and exhausting for her. I really feel for our beloved Queen. Please let me know what you think in the comment below. I would love to hear from you. As always, remember to like and share it with everyone who will love this.